Welcome and welcome back, everybody, for the OK Grognard Show. It is Thursday, February 18th, 2021, 10 a.m. Central in beautiful Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Well, the cold is starting to break. They're even talking about temperatures in the 40s at various times next week. So maybe this is going to be one of those February in like a Yeti and out like a Baby Yoda. I don't know. Is that a saying? It is today. You know what? Today, speaking of, I picked up a copy of Malevolent and Benign II from Expeditious Retreat Press, and I really like it. Why not Malevolent and Benign 1? Well, I'll tell you, I could have gotten either one. The first came out in 2013, I want to say. Let me double check my notes here. 2009 for the original, and this sequel came out in 2018. Now, I love Joe and Susie, and they worked very hard on both of them, I am sure. The first one came early days in their earlier, I mean, they've been around since early 2000s, but their move into Osric support and whatnot wasn't too much before this. And 2009, they came out with an extra 150 new creatures, 128 page tome, 85 illustrations, basically first edition monsters, Osric compatible and 1E compatible. And I love it. I love the idea that they did this, and I will be getting it eventually. It is an Electrum bestseller on DriveThruRPG. You know, I should pop this up. But the second one, which is seen here, is one I wanted to get because it combines a bunch of monsters from their Advanced Adventures line. And so credits go out not just to Joe, but also to James Boney, Jeff Gander, Andrew Hine, Rick Maffei, Joseph A. Moore, who has an excellent blog, by the way, look that up, Mark Morrison, Keith Sloan, very good friend of mine, and Benton F. Wilson are all authors from various adventures in that Advanced Adventure line, and they decided to collect their creatures that fit what they're doing here, include them, and then also add a bunch more to bring it up to 150 plus new creatures as well. It is looking very good so far. I've only had a chance to glance through it, so I thought I'd take today to do a sort of I don't know, first look video, right? And even though I've already glanced at it, I guess second look, third look, I don't know. Hard to say. But let's have a look here. This is the inside cover, or rather title page. The cover comes at the ends of these PDFs so that if you wanted to print them out. You could print that out in a heavier cardstock. It's also the way it's set up at DriveThruRPG, so if you want to order the PDF, you can get it one way. You can order a softcover book, or you can also get the softcover and PDF for the same price as softcover. So if you're going softcover, grab the PDF too. They're very useful. I don't know if you've heard of these things, PDF documents. They're pretty handy. They don't take up a lot of space. Anyway, the title page is there, and we're going to start looking through this a little more here. Pop down. There's all those credits, all those authors I was talking about. Cover art. Ekaterina Ladinakova, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Joseph Browning and Susie Yee, of course, editing. Interior art. What a cavalcade of old school OSR prominent artists here. Joe Calkins, Blackie Carbon, Bradley K. McDevitt, Court Dubois, Dave Allisop, Earl Geyer. Yeah, I've heard of him too. Eric Lofgren. I think I've heard of everybody in this list. Gary Dupois, even if I can't pronounce them. Ian McLean, Jacob Blackman, Jairaj Paul, Jeremy Hart, Joe Calkins, listed twice. Oops, that's interesting. John Bigham, fantastic U.S. expat down in New Zealand. Kimagoo, Kristen Collins, Matt Morrow, Peter Mullen, Ramon Lucha, Rick Hershey, just tons of work. Excellent. Rob, is it Torno or Tomo? No, I think it's Torno. Hard to tell with that font. Scott Harshbarger, Stefan Pogue, of course from The Forge, and William McAuslin. That's his pick down below here. At first when I looked at this, I thought, okay, 3 adventurers going down a hallway. Wait a minute. What's the ears on this guy? Oh, this guy got the ears too. What are they, like kobolds? Goblins? Probably goblins for the size compared to the man who's... Wait a minute, he's sneaking up behind him with a sword. A little bit of overkill there, using a 2-handed sword on a goblin, but I guess if you want to be sure, you want to be sure. But that's a really cool. That's a William McAuslin. So let me read the foreword, because this sums up what we're looking at here. Welcome to Malevolent and Benign II, a first edition bestiary. It is with great pleasure that we at Expeditious Retreat Press add another volume to the Malevolent and Benign series of monsters for first edition play. Malevolent and Benign II has over 150 new monsters that can both assist and impede your players. Iron Farts, what's going on in the chat there? Doing just fine. Thanks for stopping in. Joe continues, this tome, like the prior released 9 years ago, has its origins in the Advanced Adventures line of modules for Osric. Roughly 40 or so of the creatures within first appeared in that series and were created by the authors of each individual work. The remainder are entirely new, never before seen monsters of my imagination. They are now yours as much as mine, and I hope they bring joy to your gaming table. Joseph Browning, Expeditious Retreat Press, April 13th, 2018. It does have a release date on the drive-through page is 2019, but he may have written this earlier on, or sometimes Sometimes they do some direct sales before they put it up on drive-through, get the lion's share of initial sales, right? Table of contents, obviously, is a very meaty tome. And then, of course, very recognizable layout for the creatures themselves. Name, all of the stats, general information, and followed with a physical description. Many of them have images, the animated armor right there. Many of these listings. There are very few pages in here that don't have an image relative to the ones that do, but of course with 2, sometimes 3 entries on an individual page, you're going to find that it's not one-to-one. But, you know, you think of the original Monster Manual for first edition, and they had those smallish images, but with almost every monster. So I think there are a few mundane animal entries where they did not bother putting in an entry, although there were some that they did. But I don't know if that's necessary. If you got a general description, you have any kind of imagination. I think early days with Dungeons and Dragons, you kind of needed that. I don't know that you need an image for every single creature. But it's nice when they have them, that's for sure. Avenging Angel, and don't let me talk Joe out of hiring more artists. He's certainly welcome to. Nice little undead splotchy thing there. Ban Fate. Of course, each section, alphabetical section, it has a list of all the monsters that are in it. The Barrow Lord. Good looking too, huh? There's that. Oh, that's a blob, sewer. Sewer blob. And of course, by doing the comma in that way, you've set yourself up to have multiple different types of blogs or blobs. What's up, Sarah? Good to see you. Animated armor. Well, you know what? That's a good question, right? They have alignment listings. So if you want to see if the animated armor, it may well be neutral. I don't know. Yep, says it's neutral. So it can be either. It depends who's animated it, who's given it orders. They are created by casting the following spells in order. Limited Wish, polymorph any object. Geas, which is like putting a suggestion or a quest on somebody. And Strength. The armor is then dusted with at least 10,000 gold piece worth of diamond dust. Animated armor appears as an empty suits of plate mail armor, specifically says that. It could come in other types of armor, chain leather, with commensurate reduction in the creation cost and AC, but the norm is to use plate mail. Armor class 2. Hit dice 8. Attacks 1. Does 1d10 or by weapon type. So if you've, I don't know, welded a sword to the end of the arm of the armor, you can do more damage. Otherwise, it's just battering you, doing 1d10. Much like a lot of constructs, golems, and whatnot, where they have a sort of natural attack. Hulk Smash. Let's see. We'll look through some more of these images here. There's that sewer blob, blue cap, book guardian. Nice little outdoor scene there. Boulderkind. So, stone creatures. Ooh, that looks... A ceiling anemone. all those tentacles hanging on to the various stalactites. Are those the ones that come from the top? Is that why it's T for stalactite? And stalagmites are on the ground? I'm not sure what the mnemonic is for that. Children of the Coil. This one's carrying a doll. Oh no. We gotta save them. Or do we? Crossbreed Ogre Bugbear? Ooh. Is that what this is? I don't think so. This is the Crotomaton. Crotomaton? That sounds more like it. Some characteristics go rogue and develop intelligence and self-determination. That's a variant. Crotomatons look like a type of four-armed iron golem, although they are not actual golems. A center face is capped by a chronal gem that glows in otherworldly colors. Kind of like Vision from WandaVision, Marvel Universe, right? This guy's look kind of nasty. Is that the snake basilisk? Cavern crow? Yeah, that must be. Ooh, that might be the shrieker shambling. No, that's a snake basilisk. Nah, that's icky. There's a big old spidery looking creature. It's a daemon. Arachnodamon. A greater demon. Ooh, -1 armor class. 11 hit dice plus 22 hit points. Guaranteeing there are no anomalous softies. You're not going to have something with 11 hit points to throw at your players. What else we got in here? Astrodemon. Okay, more demons, more demons, more demons. That's nasty. Lots of demons. Big blotchy guys. Slimy, long, tentacled guys. Nasty insectoid type guys. Ghostly, fiery guys. Lots of demons. Very much so. Undeadish looking. Oh, just emaciated. Clawed. Horned. Fanged. Bat-like. Ooh, that's nasty. That's almost like a flying lemur. Lemur. It's ginormous wingless mosquito spider. It's true. It's true. That one was definitely a ginormous wingless mosquito spider, which are no fun. I don't think there's a spray for those. A dust weird, a dust centurion. Okay. Almost like mephits or something in a way. Get into the E's, the exhumed. It's got to be a sort of undead, right? Let's have a bounce back there. Yep. Doesn't say right off the bat. Ghostly, yep. Fish folk. Right? Similar to Kuatoa in a way, right? Their own thing. Foreboding. Fromple. Little nasty fella. Ooh, okay. Ghoul. A skin thief ghoul. What does he want? Your skin. I really enjoy these illustrations. They're obviously very nice and new, and yet they're evocative of old school sensibilities, and I think that's fantastic. Oh, God, look at this guy. He's just nasty. Him, too. They're all nasty. Oh, man. Nice little forest. There's a glyph on it. Thank you. That is, let's back up here. Barrow Golem. Does he live in the inside of a tree? Oh, I see. These spirits can hop from tree to tree. I want to say Gishu? Guishu. Okay, nifty. Ooh, you got a big old dog. There's a hedge creeper. Pretty self-explanatory, huh? Except for its extra nastiness. Look at this thing coming up out of a pit. Or is that on the wall? I don't know. Either way, it's coming for you. It's an astral stalker horror. Yeah, that thing's stalking. For sure. Another more tentacled creature. You know, ethereal stalker horror. I like tentacles on monsters. I'm glad they have some, but not too many. I've seen some third-party supplements, and some of them tend to overdo the tentacleness of them. Nice pincer, like a a little mouth too. That's where the mouth is. Okay, eye stalks on the front, mouth on the back with the pincers. It's almost a pincer slash mandible combination. You got to get a hold of your food before you can eat it. But set up like a scorpion, that's really nifty. I like the way that works. I could have a lot of fun describing that as it was attacking player characters. An awful horror made out of OFFAL, awful, nasty, a pile of inner organs coupled with small grasping tentacles. So this one has tentacles, but they're not super pronounced, right? Ooh, there's another nasty one. The spawner horror gets a full page. This one's bat-like. That's nasty. An eye on a six-legged insectoid, almost arachnid. Doesn't have 8 legs, though. That is neat, though. Looks like it's like protected from around. It looks like it can probably close, like that's a giant lid. All right. We're into the eyes. We're going to flip through a little faster here. There's just a ton of stuff. Made it just in time. Hi there, George. Welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming out today. We're looking at Malevolent and Benign II from Expeditious Retreat, in case you're just joining us. I'm just going to flip through a little faster. We're about halfway through the book, but we're closing in on the closing time of the show, so look at these guys climbing all over. That's a nifty little... That's what happens when you mess with those little guys. They come at you from every angle. Kind of a kraken slash Kuatoan sort of nasty creature there. The Krabbin, is that what it is? The L's, nice mosaic. You know, that's a cool way of doing an illustration, right? Make it look like it's part of the artwork of, say, a villa with the mosaics. I think that's pretty neat, rather than just give us a real picture of a direct view. This thing can go in and out of trees. It's a laurel guardian. That's neat. Another tentacle, mouthy looking anemonal leech. Nasty. Oh, they have some more golems in here. Now these are pretty cool. A leather. These are lesser golems. This one's leather. This one's rope. This one's straw. This one's wood. So golems traditionally, right? Clay, stone, iron. These are big, tough, nasty creatures with... Oh, I've got no idea about watching this on a phone. Sorry, George. Can't help you with any details there. Maybe Ironfart or Sarah knows. Let's let them chime in if they can help you with the resolution for watching this on a phone. Sorry, folks. I'm no tech whiz, and since I don't watch a lot of videos on my phone, old eyeballs, that's just the way it is. Rope, straw, wood, lesser golems. Look at this thing. That's almost like an Aztecian macara. Half of macara is elephant, the back half a giant limber fish. That's crazy. Nasty. There's a sort of ophidian, a greater Medusa. You'll see that in one of Keith Sloan's adventures. I think the Silent Sisters. That's pretty neat. There we go. Coming right at you, Wizzo. Yeah, look at that. Segmented tentacles. That's kind of neat rather than the usual rubbery, sort of fleshy tentacles. You got bony tentacles. Yeah, quasi-elementals. Got a whole line of quasi-elementals. Those appeared in one of the adventures, I think the Dwarven one. There you go. Red cap. We know the red cap. Traditional creature. There's another one of those Ophidian men that is snake-like. Marshmallow golem. Susceptible to fire. Nasty. Hit the gear in the upper right and change your... Oh, yeah, okay. Switch the resolution that way. Neat creature. Ooh, he's coming at you. Swordag. Nice multi-eyed. Yeah, can't sneak up on that thing. A flying one of those nasties. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes this goes off. Squid head. Ice squid. That's a squid head there, right? It's pretty obvious. Let's see. Ooh, nasty mouth tentacles there. Kind of like a mind flayer deer. Savart Alfar. Tikbalang. Ooh, nasty looking horse-faced creature. A rat-like. That is a ghoul rat. It's an undead rat. Huh. Unihorn jackal. Nasty. Vine warrior. Spark wasp. Worm furnace. Ooh. Crystalline worm. Enslaving worm. Kurgan worm. A whole bunch of worm creatures. Typhoid worm. Alright. Nice big nasty ship-monging things. The X's and Z's. There's a zombie hound, and that's all the creatures, but there's several appendices. This first one just has an additional fungusoid creature with some information called the Creeping Peril. Perhaps not a creature per se, so they put it in an appendice. Monsters by level. All of the monsters in this tome are put at various levels, so it's easier to plug them in when you're creating a dungeon, for instance. Monsters by rarity. Only a few uniques. Only a handful of commons. Two things. There are probably a lot of commons, common monsters in our tomes that we already have. And on top of that, it's a monster. If they were common, they'd just be people, right? Next, terrain type, and it's got it all and broken down in many different ways. Underground or ruin, cold environments, cities, wilderness. You've got all the different terrain types in each one of those. You've also got tropical or subtropical, and you got moderate, planar, extraplanar, astral, and ethereal, and a very good, very busy section 15 on the OGL. They're very open. Texted in this work, open game content except for the terms Malevolent Benign II, the first edition bestiary, Osric, old school reference index compilation, company names, logos, artwork, and the author and artist names. Very generous, very open content, which is one of the great things I love about Expeditious Retreat. There are the covers, front and back, and a spine in case you want to have this printed out. I also think this is the format that's needed for them to upload it to Drive-Thru RPG so that you can get hard copies if you wanted it printed out there. I think it has to be in this format. But still nice. If you wanted to do it yourself, it's also all separated. Well, that's pretty much it. Malevolent and Benign II, a first edition bestiary, volume 2, from Expeditious Retreat Press. I think it looks great. I'm looking forward to taking some of these monsters and taking out some players with them because that's what they're there for. Challenging. I meant challenging some players. That's all. I'm not a meanie. I'm not a meanie at all. Well, anyway, thank you very much for coming by today. I do appreciate it. You're welcome, George. And thank you all for being in the chat today. If you do visit the channel, please do follow the Twitch channel when you're here. If you are coming at this by way of YouTube, do yourself a favor and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like a video and watch it. Also, feel free to set that little alarm bell. Make comments if you have anything interesting to say, or even just want to chime in or say hello and thank you, whatever. Constructive criticism, always welcome in the comments section. We're here on Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Central on Twitch doing the live stream. It's uploaded to YouTube soon after that, so usually within an hour you can find it there. So if you missed the show, hey Stu, thanks for coming by. Sarah, George, Iron Farts, you too. And yeah, finally, weather's starting to turn here in beautiful Lake Geneva for the OK Grognard Show. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.